citizens vote, you have to ask for it, you have to knock on their doors, you got to communicate, and you got to work real hard. You know, we're fortunate to have Rob, and Rob's going to help us here in West Deptford. I'm going to help in West Deptford. We're going to do everything we can. These are very difficult times. People are angry, they're out of work, people are losing their homes, they can't send their kids to school, and nothing's going on in the state to do anything to help them. So they want to blame people. Well, we're there. So we're the blame right now. I got it. But what we're asking, what we're going to be asking for is everyone, we got to step up our game. This is going to be our greatest challenge, but we got two of the best candidates that I mean, we're fortunate. We got young people that actually want to do this because they care about the community. So, look, he helped me get elected, and that was a heavy lift. I know he's going to get these two elected. It's a great, great honor to introduce my dear friend, Rob Andrews.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and a privilege to see so many of you come out tonight and give time from your families and your other activities to be with us. I'm here for, let me just first say, Steve Sweeney complimented me by what he said, but the truth of the matter is, he learned hard work from his mother and his father. And they taught him loyalty, they taught him work ethic, and he never forgot it, which is why he's been so successful. And when I met Denice and Hunter, I actually met Denice for the first time a little while back, but I've known Hunter for a very long time. I knew that they have that same character. That's what they bring with them to the possibility of being in government. Character to me means you're the same person no matter what audience you're in front of. It means you give the same answer that you believe in no matter whether it's easy to give that answer or difficult. And I'm here tonight really for two reasons. One is because I believe in Denice and Hunter, and I'm asking you to give them your vote and your support to be elected to the West Deptford Township. I thank anybody who is willing to step forward and give their time to their community. This building is filled with first responders who do that. There are a lot of people tonight over at the high school for the football game who do that because they believe in the youth of West Deptford. You look at the recreation facilities, the veterans facilities, the school system. This is a town filled with people who really don't see things as Republican or Democrat, or as political, but see them as whether it's good for the community or not. And this young lady and this young man have that same ethic. I've often thought that there is no such thing as a Democratic snowstorm or a Republican fire truck. There is no such thing as a Republican flood or a Democratic soccer field. Government is about serving people in the best way that you can and not letting politics get in the way of it. And in Denice and Hunter, I know we have two people that will carry that ethic to the Township Committee. And the second reason I'm here is to just, along with them, answer people's questions about anything you want to ask. Because that's the ethic they're bringing to this campaign. They've knocked on a lot of doors already, and if they have the privilege, I'll say when they have the privilege, of serving the governing body, serving the town, I know that they're going to answer the questions that you want answered once they get there as well. Steve said it right. The big question that's on people's minds is what are we going to do to put people back to work in this country? I'm sure there's not a person in this room that doesn't know someone in their community or their neighborhood or their family who hasn't lost their job or their home or their health care or their pension in the last couple of years. These are the worst economic times that our country has lived through, I think, since the Great Depression. And I understand fully the time to talk about it is over, and the time to start doing something about it is long since passed. Let me tell you a couple things we're doing together right in this community to try to put people back together. There is a port under construction a few miles south of Paulsboro that is now underway. And the vision's becoming a reality. The vision is that there will be windmills off the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, far enough you won't be able to see them if you're sitting on the beach in Sea Isle or Wildwood or wherever. But they'll be out there. So instead of buying oil from Saudi Arabia, we'll be generating power off the New Jersey coast, clean energy, More importantly, it'll create jobs for American workers. Longshoremen to offload parts, manufacturing workers to assemble those wind turbines, warehouse managers, truck drivers, all the different people necessary to do that work before those wind turbines are put out in the Atlantic Ocean. It'll be done right here in Gloucester County. It's real, it's happening, and it happened because we worked together and didn't just sit back and worry about the problems. We put our shoulders to the wheel and tried to do something about it. A couple of miles north of here, at Cooper Hospital, there's a new medical school next to Cooper Hospital, sponsored by Rowan University. So that creates some jobs in and of itself, building the hospital. But even more important than that are the jobs that can come from what's going to flow from the hospital. I met a doctor who's going to teach at that medical school who can take a cell from your body and use that cell to regenerate your skin or the tissue of your heart or the tissue of your liver if you get sick. Think about this for a minute. This is something where somebody gets a flesh wound that makes them very sick. They'll be able to take cells from your own body, cultivate those cells, and heal your wound in a way that you don't have to worry about your body rejecting it. It's from you. It is a miracle cure they're working on. Now, we want to be the area of the world that gets there first. Not simply because it cures people, good enough just to do that, but because imagine the jobs and the companies and the economic opportunities will come from something like that. That is underway. It is happening here in South Jersey and in Gloucester County area. Rowan University is at the center of it. This is what we need to do to bring our country back. Stop talking and start acting. And the reason I'm so enthusiastic about Denice and Hunter's candidacy is that's the kind of attitude I know they'll bring to the governing body. Sure, the community has problems. Every community has problems. But the issue is not whether you talk about problems, it's whether you try to solve them. And I think we have two people who are really ready to do that. And I think all of us are ready to answer people's questions, really anything you'd like to ask about anything, to try to get that process started. So